Quarter to building the nation. It said they should embrace diligence, patriotism, courtesy, and networking during the period of their orientation. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Commissioner, Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Obalaji Ogunlende, stated this at the official opening and swearing-in ceremony of the 2024 Batch B Stream 2 orientation course. The governor also implored the corps members to make the most of the orientation exercise by networking, making new friends, building relationships, having mentorship and entrepreneurship under the skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development side initiative. Earlier in her address, NYC Lagos State Coordinator Yetunde Baruwa advised the corps members to abide by the rules and regulations laid down for them while in the orientation camp, adding that all is aimed at making them good ambassadors of their fatherland wherever they find themselves. All is set for the commemoration of this year's Domestic Violence Awareness Month from the 1st of September with the theme SGBV, not on my watch, not in my Lagos. Speaking at a press conference ahead the celebrations at Alausa, Ikeja, Commissioner for Justice Lawal Pedro said the celebration is based on the compelling need to ensure that Lagosians realize that ending the menace of sexual and gender-based violence is a collective effort which requires the support and collaboration of all members of the society. Pedro, who was represented by the Acting Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Justice, Hamedu Yenuga, noted that the awareness campaign will kickstart on the 2nd of September with the Turn Alausa Purple campaign, where all public servants will adorn the color purple and also create an opportunity to decorate officers with purple ribbons at the various entrances of the Secretariat Alausa, House of Assembly Gate, and Old Secretariat Gate.
This year, the advocacy work takes place at local government where we have the low reporting. This will involve traditional rulers, community leaders, market men and women, religious clerics, and other relevant stakeholders in the community. And the purpose of the advocacy work is to educate and sensitize the citizens and residents of the state on the issue of sexual and gender-based violence. The available services the state has to offer in curbing the menace.
Earlier, the Executive Secretary, Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, Titilola Vivo Adeniyi, noted that in the last 1 year, the agency received a spike in heartbreaking report of abused children from Majeromi Felodun Council area, while Alimosho Council area had been number 1 for violence against women.
If you see what we've done from 2019 to date, we have over 24,905 cases of domestic and sexual violence that have been reported officially. But we know that this does not even scratch the surface because these issues are some of the most underreported crimes, not just in Lagos, Nigeria, but globally. The fact that we even have data is a success. We are able to be strategic in our interventions. We know local government is high reporting. We know how to target our interventions. And we also know local governments that have no reporting.
Other activities lined up include symposium, market fiestas, and advocacy walk in local government areas where there are low reports involving traditional rulers, community leaders, market men and women, religious leaders, and other relevant stakeholders in the community. A comment walk against SGBV, Governor's Award, among others. The Ogun State government has revoked the provisional licenses granted to 20 private orphanage owners operating in the state due to non-compliance with regulations and laws, prioritizing the well-being and safety of vulnerable children in their care. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Adijat Adeleye, said this during a meeting with members of private orphanage homes at the ministry's conference room, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Adeleye expressed displeasure over some private orphanage owners' activities, stating that the state would not tolerate shady practices involving illegal adoption, child trafficking, or maltreatment of children in their custody. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, has revealed data showing student loan applicants by state of origin. Students from Kano and Borno State emerged as the front runners in the NEL Fund student loan applications. Kano State recorded 17,122 applications out of 20,814 registered tertiary students. Borno State followed closely with 19,798 students applying for the loan out of 16,353 registered students. Benue State ranked third with 11,754 of its 16,127 registered students applying for the student loan. These figures were shared on NEL Fund's X account, highlighting the distribution of registered students and subsequent loan applicants by state of origin. The National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, has announced the tentative date to commence vaccination for monkeypox as October 8. Head of the Public Relations Unit at the NPHCDA, Remi Adeleke, who made this known, also stated that the vaccine deployment will begin from October 3 to 6. Adeleke noted that the total population targeted in the 5 states affected is 4,750 persons who will receive 2 doses each, 88 days apart. He clarified that the target population is close contact to mpox cases, health workers, and persons with low immune status. Jynneos is a vaccine approved by the Food and Drug Administration for the prevention of smallpox and mpox in adults aged 18 years and older who are at risk of mpox infection. In foreign news, China and the Philippines have accused each other of running Coast Guard vessels in a disputed area of the South China Sea. The Philippines has claimed a Chinese ship directly and intentionally rammed into a vessel, while Beijing has accused the Philippines of deliberately crashing into a Chinese ship. Saturday's collision near the Sabina Shoal is the latest in the long-running and escalating row between the two countries over various islands and zones in the South China Sea. Meanwhile, the United States ambassador to Philippines, Mary Kay Carlson, criticized what she called China's dangerous actions in the region. In sport now, Napoli has removed Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen from its Serie A squad list and also handed his squad number 9 to new signing Romelu Lukaku. The Nigerian was unable to secure a move away from the Serie A club on transfer deadline, despite strong effort by Chelsea and Al Ahly to secure his services. Osimhen has 2 years remaining on his contract. The move fell through when Napoli asked for more on the transfer fee, and Al Ahly decided to sign England international Ewan Toney from Brentford, while Chelsea, on the other hand, was unable to match his personal demands. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 450,000 pupils with e-learning devices? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, Here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has enjoined the core members deployed to the state to embrace good values in order to be able to contribute their quota to building the nation. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has revealed data showing student loan applicants by state of origin. Students from Kano and Borno State emerged as the front runners. We also told you that China and the Philippines have accused each other of ramming Coast Guard vessels in a disputed area of the South China Sea. Finally, Sport Napoli has removed Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen from its Serie A squad list and also handed his squad number 9 to a new signing, Romelu Lukaku. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oloporoku. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return trip.